Yo, what's going on, homies? It's your boy StumpD back for the OPTC video, and in today's video, we're diving back into the KIZUNA clash for the 6+ Rayleigh against BLACKBEARD with some teams that utilize BOA as a friend captain. Now, with this particular KIZUNA comes a new legend BOA. Now, she's not actually a KIZUNA legend, however, she's very, very good for this particular KIZUNA. And as mentioned, I have a team for each variation for you guys that works with a BOA friend captain. Now, I did put out a video that doesn't include BOA friend captains, so if you guys cannot find BOA, don't stress. I'll leave a link in the description for you guys to check that out. Make sure to go give that video some love. BOA is really, really good for every single variation, and she should be getting super effective against all types, as well as being just a really good unit for all of these particular fights as well. So she's going to, be super effective against all types. She's a cerebral free spirit captain, so we are going to build the teams around that. Her special ability is either an attack booster or a chain boundary. She removes pain, which is great for one variation. She has 20,000 healing, which is awesome. She gives herself a tandem orb, which is really, really nice as well. Plus, she has the limit break ability to remove that recovery down as well. Her super class, as long as you have either 6 cerebral characters on the team, or if you have Luffy, her, Pirates, or Rayleigh, she removes Despair, makes it easy to hit perfects, and does overhealing. Plus, she can do stuff with, like, Love, and then she can Petrify as well. So she's very, very good for all these fights, and we will be including her as our friend captain. But like I said, if you guys can't find BOA friend captains, head over to that other video, and I'm sure that'll be able to help you out there. But let's start it off with the Psy variation. Cerebral, Powerhouse, and Free Spirit, I believe, get their cooldowns. On stage 2, there's 5 turns of Resilience. Oh, sorry, Fighter, Cerebral, Powerhouse. 5 turns of Resilience on stage 2, and 5 turns of an attack down of 90% if you're below a 3x chain multiplier. Plus, there is 1 stack of Hunger. All Fighter, Powerhouse, and Cerebral get Super Switch and Versatility charge as well. On the final stage against BLACKBEARD, up to level 30, you have to deal with 5 turns of defense up. You have to deal with 5 turns of pain, 50% HP cut, full immunity except for increased damage taken and weakening effect, normal attacks only, and recovery bind. Once you hit level 31, the defense goes up by 1 turn. The pain becomes an extra 10,000, and there is a slot barrier for 3 tandem orbs. But the team looks a little bit like this. Now, we're going full cerebral with this team, so we don't have a Rayleigh, we don't have a Luffy, but the team should work should work very, very nicely. I just totally forgot that I need to just put a Luffy support on Jinbei. But the team is led by Uta. You can actually use Uta on stage 1, and that way you just get the turn progression buff to just carry over into the final stage. You can then activate her superclass on turn 2, and then that's going to give you some more damage in terms of the plus buff. On the final stage, we have Robin and Koala. You can use their super swap to give you color affinity. Their special is also going to remove the barrier as well, which is really, really nice. And on stage 2, we're going to use Queen to use the end of turn damage to get through the Resilience. Queen actually has a Sailor ability that allows him to get 2 turns of cooldown every time another character uses a special. So, like, you could probably get this special back, if I'm completely honest. But hey, it is what it is. For stage 2, you do need to be above a 3x chain, and because it's 5 turns, that will carry into the final stage. So for this, we're going to be using Carrot and Nami. Carrot and Nami, with their super swap, is going to apply resistance as well, which is a little bit of a shame, because I would have loved to have saved that for the final stage. But just BOA and her shenanigans is just a little bit better. Finally, we have Jinbei. Jinbei removes the defense up. We have the Brook support over on Nami and Carrot as well for 2 extra turns, because Jinbei only removes 5 turns, which is super annoying. But the reason he's here, he's going to be boosted. He's an absolute stat stick, and he gives us 20% resistance as well. He's completely replaceable with pretty much anyone else that you like. You can find someone else. But with BOA, she's going to give you chain boundary, tap timing bonus, and a conditional boost for this team as well. Look, you could probably find a place for something like chain boosting shenanigans on the characters. You could replace Jinbei if you want to with a chain boost, or someone that can give you a super tandem, something like that. But look, these teams should work, and most people won't be getting past level 30 anyway. Moving on to the Int variation now. Against Int, Psy, Int, and Strength characters get all the good stuff. On battle 2, you get Bind on your left-hand column 5 turns after sockets, tap timing perfect easier, and there's a 2 harder to hit perfects, and then there's a 2 perfect hit barrier. 5 turns of defense up as well. And then on the final stage, up to level 30, you have to deal with 3 turns of only being able to use 2 specials, 5 turns of a chain multiplier, maximum of 1.1, full immunity except love, 5 turns of despair after sockets, and then an attack down if you're below a 3.75 chain boundary. Also, if you set the chain multiplier, you are going to get some pretty nasty effects, so just be mindful of that. And it's for an unlimited amount of tries. On the final stage, after level 30 though, basically you need to be above a 3.75 chain boundary. The despair goes up by 1 turn. And there's also intimidation for an attack boost by 1 turn. So if you use any attack boosting, they're going to get reduced by 1. So it is what it is. But we're going to be using Gear 5 Luffy. Gear 5 Luffy using his Super EX on turn 2 will allow you to go through barriers, and you just don't have to worry about that at all. It shouldn't be that big of a problem, to be honest, if you just bring a ship that makes it easy to hit perfects like the Aura Jackson. But it's going to be available to you. You'll get more damage if you want to save it for the final stage, but look, the option's there. On stage 2, we're going to use the Sanji special. He removes bind, but Gear 5 Captain already does that. And he gives you 3 turns of a chain boost. And then if you partner up with this Zoro, he gives you 3 turns of a chain boundary. Plus the 2 of them give 3 turns of defense up removal. So with that, you have 6 turns and just covered for stage 2. On the final stage, you have orbs and color affinity from Luffy. Odin is literally just here for the little plus buff. Plus he has the limit break ability that allows you to use more than 2 specials. But if you guys have Anniversary Shanks is just a perfect character to put in that particular slot, and that way you can get a bit more of like a chain multiplicative buff. You can increase the ore buff, and you can do some fun shenanigans there. With Nami, she's just a base stat booster. I just included her because she's a Straw Hat. You can do something like Sop if you really want to. With Boa, you're going to be getting the conditional boost with her. She's also going to remove the Despair with her super class. And then she's also going to be your attack boost for the team. Odin's also an attack booster as well, because you will have color affinity from the Luffy unit. But I think Boa's attack boost is just a little bit better. For myself, I'm going to swap Odin out and use Shanks, but look, Odin's way more accessible for you guys. And like I said, if you guys don't have Nami, you can just literally replace her with any other Straw Hat that's a side character. That'll work absolutely fine. You can do something like Kyo Shiro support on Zoro as well. I think this Zoro does damage. Does Zoro do damage? If he does, yeah, he does. So you can use the Kyo Shiro support. That's just all the defense up. Then you can replace Sanji if you want to, put someone else on the team. Just as long as they're a size Straw Hat, they're going to do really well. You may be someone that can give you tandem orbs. So the super tandem of Nami, that could work out very nicely. On to the final variation against Blackbeard. This one's interesting because it says strength, but it's actually strength. I think it's strength, dex, quicks, dex, strength. I can't really remember. But on stage 1, there is 6 enemies. Slashes, Free Spirit, and Driven characters get all the good stuff. 3 of the enemies do run away, though. So I think, I don't know which ones you have to kill, but, some of them retreat. I don't know if all of them retreat. It's a bit weird. But look, just build a Free Spirit, Slasher, or Driven team, then you'll be fine. On stage 2, there's 5 enemies, and 4 of them will run away, but there's a 51% HP cut, 5 turns of damage reduction, and 5 turns of threshold. Then on the final stage, it goes Strength, Dex, Quick, Dex, Strength. Very odd. Blackbeard is basically immune to everything, but he's not immune to everything. It's so weird why they've done this. Delay, Poison, Venom, Progressive Poison, and Defense down, and then obviously blowaway % damage cuts as well. It's very weird, but you still can apply the Love ability. You can do the Shanks and Green Bull stuff. You can do some fun stuff there. On the preemptive at level 30, you have to deal with 5 turns of Special Bind, 2 turns of a damage limiter, 5 turns of increased damage taken at 3 times, lock slots, bomb slots, tap timing, hard to hit perfects, and then after 1 turn, your top middle row gets slot bind. You can only use 1 special for 2 turns. And you take 30,000 damage, which will become 90,000 if you don't remove that increased damage taken. After level 31, though, there is this 1 turn of recovery down, which is a little bit annoying. But other than that, I can't really see anything else that changes besides 1 extra turn of Special Blind. So, yeah. But if you guys have Enma Zoro, you are in for a very good time, because anytime damage limiter comes around and you can make this guy work and get him in his max Enma state, he's going to double it, which means you can just 1 turn that stage. You don't have to worry about the 30k, you don't have to worry about all the shenaniganry, and it works very nicely. Now, the upside to this particular KIZUNA is there's 6 enemies on turn 1 and 6 enemies on turn 2, or 6 or 5, whatever. You can get the 1 ores very easily. All you guys need to do is bring Hiyori. Now, Hiyori's great. because you start with a full board of Wino Orbs, you can then use her special on turn 2, and that way you get more Wino Orbs, plus she heals. You get a 51% HP cut, which is super annoying, but then you're going to lock all those Wino slots. You don't have to worry about the bomb slots on the final stage, and you're going to be absolutely good to go. With Bobbins, you can remove the 5 turns of damage reduction, you can remove the 5 turns of Threshold. He works great because he's a Free Spirit and a Slasher unit. Plus, you have the Ashura Doji support, so that way Free Spirit and Slashers get an attack buff on this turn as well. And if the type advantage allows it, you can actually use Alba on this stage as well. With Alba, you get 3 turns of a color affinity buff to Slashes, and that works out really, really nicely. If you want to as well, you can chuck a Kaido support on him. Not that you really need it, but that's something there as well. On the final stage, the Sabo support is going to go around 2 turns of Special Bind, and then Luffy's going to cover the rest. Luffy gives Free Spirit characters a Orb boost and a base stat boost, which is awesome, because then BOA is going to be your chain boundary unit, your tap timing unit, and your conditional booster for the team as well. So that works really, really nicely. Zora is also a conditional booster as well, but I think her condition... Honestly, I don't know if her condition's higher. Potato, though, to be honest. Like, it should be fine. Zora's the man for this. He's going to work really, really well. Otherwise, you can use stuff like with Super Tandem Shanks, but, like, honestly, they give you everything you need to make Zora work here, so may as well use him. But that's going to wrap up the video. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure to go down there, belt the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Most importantly, whether you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.